Starting in October 2016, BMC Education Services team rolled out a new delivery method called Assisted Self-Paced, or ASP, Training. It has the conveniences of on-demand training coupled with focused instructor assistance, as well as virtual lab access. This course provides students a walkthrough of ASP trainings and features. It provides an introduction, video demonstrations, and examples of all the elements included in the ASP trainings, such as recorded instructor-led videos, digital training materials, virtual lab access, and instructor appointments. It also provides a detailed explanation on how to access labs. This course provides an introduction to the ASP trainings, along with the steps that need to be performed. It includes a video demonstration on how to access and navigate through the video recording and how to access and annotate an ebook. Further, it provides a detailed explanation of lab access, the difference between access time and lab time, and flexible and fixed lab time. It also guides you through the steps to book an appointment with the instructor and provides you with useful tips and tricks. Hardly a day goes by that we don't hear about transformative IT, and with it comes a pressing need to master new technologies quickly. For organizations with teams of IT administrators, developers, and end users, transformative change places a heavy demand on training. Fortunately, times have changed since the days of whiteboards and classroom handouts. Smarter ways of learning are available, building on advances in video streaming and global communication tools. We are pleased to announce our own transformation here at BMC to leap into a more productive and exciting digital learning experience for our customers. Starting in October 2016, our BMC Education Services team rolled out a new delivery method called Assisted Self-Paced Training. The ASP format combines digital learning, quality recorded instructor-led videos, ebook materials, and hands-on experience in virtual labs, together with scheduled focused appointments with our highly experienced instructors. This allows individual students to learn BMC technologies the way they want to, at their pace, yet with access to the right expertise on their schedule. BMC's Assisted Self-Paced Training gives you the ability to complete a course at your own pace. Instead of waiting for a course to be offered in your area or taking time away from the office, you can access the same quality course with individual instructor attention and on-demand flexibility. It helps to cut down on costs by saving travel and other expenses. You are provided with scheduled, focused appointments with our highly experienced instructors. The self-paced approach ensures that you can stop, understand, and replay instructions repeatedly. This provides time for you to translate terms. This also helps you to skip irrelevant learning by concentrating on your specific needs. ASP courses allow for 24/7 access to communities of BMC trainers and product experts, as well as other students worldwide who share helpful tips and feedback. An ASP course includes 12 months access to the full course video recording from the date of registration, unlimited access to an ebook that includes course and lab content, yours to keep for learning and exam preparation, individual access to a virtual lab environment. This access is called lab time. The lab time is different per course and is defined in the course abstract. Lab time will be in one of two configurations, fixed or flexible. We will discuss this in depth in the next few slides. Focus time with an instructor that can be scheduled by appointment. Interactivity via our many product communities, giving students access to collective knowledge of BMC instructors, developers, and hundreds of other experienced professionals. Always perform these steps to take an ASP course. Read errata sheets and additional information at the beginning of the curriculum. Listen to the recording, making sure that you listen to the lab introduction by the instructor. Start your lab. For any issues with the lab, send an email to education@bmc.com. Schedule instructor appointment for any questions related to recording, ebook, or lab. This is the course recording. You can navigate through different modules, topics, or videos using the module outline. You can use the next and previous tabs to move forward or backward. The Seek bar gives you the option to adjust the volume and play, pause, or replay a slide. Let's see a video now. To open a video, select it in the module outline and click anywhere in the window. Note that the video opens in a separate window. You can use the Seek bar to forward, rewind, pause, and play the video. Close the window to exit the video. By doing this, you are just closing the video. The course remains as it is in the previous window. To exit the course, use the Exit button in the upper right corner of the window. There are two ways to access the ebook: downloading the Bookshelf application or accessing the ebook from a web browser. Bookshelf application. You could download the computer or tablet Bookshelf application and download your ebook locally. The Bookshelf application gives you better performance in turning the pages of your ebook. Web browser. Use the web browser to access your ebook only if you are not allowed to download the ebook app for some reasons. You will receive an email from Gilmore with the license code. You could redeem your ebook through eVantage website and access it online, or you could download the Vital Source Bookshelf application on Windows or Mac and access your ebook offline. To download the Vital Source Bookshelf application from the eVantage website, expand the menu icon and click the Download button. Here, you will find links to download the Bookshelf application on various devices. Click on the link at the top of your screen to view how to download Vital Source Bookshelf application on your computer. To redeem the ebook in Vital Source Bookshelf, sign in to your account. Once your account opens, locate and expand the Account button on the top navigation bar. Click on Redeem Code. Enter the redemption code and click the OK button. Now, the textbook will be accessible within your account. If the book shows an orange triangle, the book has not been downloaded. Double-click on the title to download a book. Note that you must have an internet connection to download books. Once the book is downloaded, you could view it under the All Titles menu. Double-click on the title to open the book. Expand the Table of Content tab to navigate your way into the Student Guide or the Lab Guide. Here are all the modules for the course. You can move forward or backward using these arrows heads. In the same way, you can navigate through different modules of the Lab Guide. It's also possible to highlight the content and make notes in your ebook. In this text, you could either simply highlight with a color so that you could jump back to it in the future, or you can add a note. You can find your notes in the future under the Highlights tab. This tab includes all of the notes that you have made in the past. You can use the Zoom In, Zoom Out, and Zoom to Fit feature to adjust the size of your reading pane. You could toggle to the Hand tool to move around the reading pane without using the scroll bar. The Start Reading and Stop Reading buttons activate the text-to-speech feature, which will read the book aloud. Hide navigation hides the left window pane. You could change the layout of your page using the Page Layout feature to install Bookshelf application on your computer. You will receive an email from Gilmore with the license code. Register at the eVantage website. If you have taken any courses with us in the past, log in with the same account that you used previously. Redeem the license code. Select the book. You will see several icons on the left side. The search feature allows you to search anywhere in the student guide or lab guide. Let's look at the table of contents. Once you expand the table of contents, you can navigate your way into the student guide or the lab guide. We will start with the student guide. Here are all of the modules for the course. You can move forward or backward using these arrows. In the same way, you can navigate through different modules of the lab guide. It's also possible to make notes in your ebook. In this text, you could either simply highlight with a color so that you could jump back to it in the future, or you can right-click the highlighted text and add a note and save it. You can find your notes in the future using the link at the bottom called the Notebook. This notebook includes all of the notes that you have made in the past. At the bottom, there is an icon to add a bookmark. Follow these steps to access the virtual lab. The number of lab hours available to you and the number of days that the lab is accessible to you vary by ASP course. Please verify this information prior to purchasing an ASP course. The course abstract contains full details. Specific details are also included in the course registration confirmation email. The voucher is redeemable for 90 days after purchase. Once you have redeemed your voucher, you have 28 days to complete your lab. For example, customer receives virtual lab voucher that is valid for 90 days from issue date. Customer can redeem this voucher any time within 90 days. As soon as the voucher is redeemed, the 28-day access time starts. This access time includes weekends and public holidays. Customer can start the lab at any time within the access time, but the last time that the lab is used needs to be within the access time. Please note that the voucher validity, access, and lab time cannot be extended. The lab time is different per course, and this is defined by the course abstract. Lab time will be in one of two configurations, fixed or flexible. Flexible lab. Students have flexible lab time. They have a specific numbers of hours in which to use the lab. The hours are calculated by multiplying the course days into 6 hours. Suppose that the class is 5 days long. The student has a 30-hour lab runtime. 5 multiplied by 6. The student can use the lab runtime as they want. The lab time doesn't need to be used in consecutive days. Students can start and stop as many times as they want and can take breaks in between. Their last status will be always saved. The total lab time must be consumed within the portal access time. Fixed lab. Students have consecutive days of lab time. This means that once the lab is started, it will run for consecutive days. If the class is 5 days long, the student has 5 consecutive days of lab run time. Consecutive days are inclusive of weekends and holidays. This means that the lab time cannot be stopped, paused, or restarted. The consecutive days are started when the student clicks the Start Lab Now button in the ReadyTech portal. Click each tab to view examples. Now, let's see a demonstration on how to redeem the voucher and access the lab. This is the initial email that you receive from ReadyTech. It contains a voucher code that can be redeemed prior to the voucher expiration date. Once the voucher code is redeemed, you have 4 weeks or 28 days in which to complete your lab time. Click the URL contained in the ReadyTech email. Enter the access code or voucher and click Continue. Move the mouse pointer over the question mark next to course time. A message appears indicating how long you can access the course after clicking the Redeem button. Move the mouse pointer over the question mark next to lab time. A message appears indicating the number of hours in the case of a flexible lab, or the number of consecutive days in the case of a fixed lab that users have access to the virtual lab environment. Click the Redeem button to continue. Enter the required information and click Redeem to redeem the voucher. Click the OK button to continue. Now you can see the self-paced training portal. The title of the course is displayed along with the start and end date of the lab access period. In this case, you will have 28 days during which you can use your lab time. You may start or schedule a start time for labs from here. The lab time indicates how many days or hours of lab time remain. The portal access time indicates how many days of access remain. Do not use the Communication tab to contact BMC. All BMC communications should be directed to our customer contact at education@bmc.com. We will assist in troubleshooting and engage with ReadyTech if needed. After redeeming your voucher, a second email will be sent from ReadyTech. This email contains an access code, defines the lab time, and specifies access start and end dates. If you ever get stuck in a virtual lab, you should log in to BMC Academy and check the curriculum to see if there are any additional documents with recommendations or best practices for the lab. If you need to get more information about the content of the course or the lab, post the questions in the BMC product community and make sure that you start the posting with ASP. For any issues in the lab, contact education@bmc.com. If you don't receive a reply within 48 hours period, please schedule an appointment with an instructor via ASP_support@bmc.com. BMC provides scheduled time with an instructor with your ASP course. Send an email to ASP_support@bmc.com requesting a scheduled appointment with an instructor. The number of instructor hours available to you varies by ASP course. The minimum is 30 minutes and the maximum is based on course duration, limited to the first 30 days of the ASP. Once an appointment is confirmed, the allotted time is scheduled as requested. There are no add-ons or extensions. If more time is needed with the instructor than was scheduled, the student must request another appointment via the ASP email. The minimum appointment time is 30 minutes. Any unused minutes in an instructor's scheduled session are considered consumed and will be deducted from the student's allotment of minutes. If a student is a no-show for instructor appointments, the scheduled minutes will be deducted from the student's purchased minutes. BMC technical difficulties, such as a link failure, will not be counted against the student. Reschedule requests must be submitted at least 24 hours in advance of the scheduled appointment time. Send an email to asp_support@bmc.com containing the details of your original appointment and request to reschedule at your earliest convenience. This will allow us to reassign your session. Here are some useful tips and tricks for completing the labs of your ASP course. ASP format combines digital learning, quality recorded instructor-led videos, ebook materials, and hands-on experience in virtual labs, together with scheduled, focused appointments with our highly experienced instructors. This allows individual students to learn BMC technologies the way they want to, at their pace, yet with access to the right expertise on their schedule. Every student will have access to a virtual lab environment. This access is called lab time. No extensions to the lab time will be granted. Users may elect to purchase additional lab time if desired. The lab time is different per course, and this is defined in the course abstract. Lab time will be in one of two configurations, fixed or flexible.